Good evening and welcome. I now call the public portion of this meeting of the Standing Committee on Government Operations to order. Today we're having a public meeting and clause by clause on Bill 33, National Indigenous Peoples Day Act. Today's meeting is being live streamed on the Assembly's social media channels. Due to the evolving COVID-19 situation in the NWT, as well as in compliance with the Chief Public Health Officer's gathering, restrictions in Yellowknife, the legislative building is closed to the public. I will now ask the members and staff to introduce themselves. We will start with the members online.
Ron Bonner-Tarouche, MLA Decho.
Caitlin Cleveland, MLA Cam Lake.
Lisa Semler, MLA Nubik Twin Lakes.
Kevin O'Reilly, Frame Lake.
Rylan Johnson, MLA for Yellowknife North.
I will now ask those in Committee Room A to introduce themselves.
Cynthia James, Committee Clerk.
Jean Yaris, Committee Clerk Trainee.
Nigel Woodridge, Senior Researcher.
Stephen Dunbar, Committee Advisor.
Thank you. As a standing committee, it is our role to review any legislation introduced in the House. The committee review stage provides stakeholders and the public with an opportunity to provide their opinions on whether they support the bill or not. It also allows the public to suggest changes for committee to consider by bringing forward amendments that they might think may help improve the bill. Committee gathers input from the public in the form of written submissions or public presentations to committee during meetings such as this one. Committee considers all concerns brought forward when determining how best to proceed. Here's a brief summary of the bill. Bill 33 replaces the public holiday National Aboriginal Day, held on June 21st each day, with the public holiday National Indigenous Peoples Day. Bill 33 is available on the Legislative Assembly's. I will now invite the Honourable Caroline Cochrane, Minister, Executive Indigenous Affairs, to deliver any opening remarks on Bill 33. Following the Minister's remarks, committee member may make comments or pose questions on the bill. Minister Cochrane, please introduce your witnesses for the record and please proceed with your opening remarks and presentation.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Caroline Cochrane, Premier of the Northwest Territories. With me I have Mr. Martin Goldney, the Deputy Minister of Executive and Indigenous Affairs, and Ms. Lauren Alexandra,
Director of Shared Corporate Services.
Director of Shared Corporate Services, excuse me. Madam Chair, did you want me to go into my opening comments?
Yes, please.
Thank you, Madam Chair, and good evening, members of the Standing Committee. I appear before you today to present Bill 33, National Indigenous Peoples Day Act. The National Indigenous Peoples Day Act is designed to honor and celebrate the culture and achievements of First Nations, Métis, and Inuit peoples of Canada, as well as the Dene, Métis, and Inuvialuit peoples of the Northwest Territories. This bill establishes June 21st each year as National Indigenous Peoples Day, which will be celebrated in the Northwest Territories as a statutory holiday. This bill is intended to repeal and replace the existing National Aboriginal Day Act, which came into force January 1st, 2002. Consistent with 2017 Cabinet direction on the use of terminology to describe the various Indigenous people who reside in the NWT, the term Aboriginal in the bill title and also in the language of the bill is being changed to be more accurate and descriptive term Indigenous peoples. The term Indigenous peoples is considered to be more inclusive and in this modern day and age. I'm prepared to answer any questions that members of the Standing Committee might have regarding this bill. I'm also interested to see if Standing Committee has any suggestions for recommended changes that will improve the bill. Thank you again, Madam Chairperson. That concludes my opening remarks.
Thank you, Minister Cochrane. Are there any questions from the members?
Mr. O'Reilly has his
Madam
hand
Chair,
up.
Mr. Bonprouche, do you have a question?
yes, I do.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, I see from some of the notes that we were given that the Assembly of First Nations, I guess, might have initiated that change from Aboriginal to the term Indigenous Peoples Day, and the federal government then incorporated into their legislation, I believe. So it's being recognized by the feds already, the federal government. I know up here in the Northwest Territories, I tried to get some rapport with some of the Indigenous leaders with no real success there. And I'm not sure if there was any conference or rapport with the Dene Nation or else the regional governments of the Northwest Territories. I'm wondering if there's been any meaningful consultation in this area, Masi.
Minister?
Thank you, Madam Chair. Absolutely. EIA was given direction by Cabinet to engage with the Indigenous governments of the Northwest Territories and seek their input. Of the Indigenous governments that were engaged with, some expressed that they were in favor of the name change, while the majority did not provide feedback or express any concern regarding the proposed name change. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Supplementary, Mr. Bonprouche?
I've got nothing further, Madam Clerk Masi, or Madam Chair Masi.
Are there any other questions from any other member?
Yes, it's MLA O'Reilly, Madam Chair.
Go ahead, Mr. O'Reilly.
Yeah, no, thanks, Madam Chair, and I want to thank the Premier and her staff for the work on this bill. I've looked at it. It's really just a name change, and I appreciate the work that they did, and it will bring us in line with the federal government and a number of other jurisdictions. If it had been up to me, it would have been nice if we could have done this change in time for National Indigenous Peoples Day earlier this summer, but that's the way it'll be called in the future. So just a comment, Madam Chair, that I agree with the bill and look forward to passing this in the House. Thanks, Madam Chair.
Thank you. Do you want to comment to that, Minister, or no?
I'll take that as a comment. Thank you, Madam Chair. I'm in agreement. It would be nice to have it, but timing was the issue. Next year.
Okay. Thank you. Are there any other questions? Seeing none, I believe this concludes the stage of our review. Madam Clerk, are there any requests from the public to appear before committee?
There were no submissions from the public, Madam Chair.
Okay, thank you. There were no submissions from the public, okay? Seeing no further comments from committee or witness presentations, does committee agree to proceed to a clause-by-clause review of Bill 33, National Indigenous Peoples Day Act?
Agreed.
Agreed.
So let's turn to page 1 of the bill. And we'll go through each clause. Clause 1. Agreed?
Agreed.
Clause 2.
Agreed.
Agreed. Clause 3. Agreed?
Agreed.
Agreed.
Clause 4.
Agreed.
Agreed.
Clause 5. Agreed?
Agreed.
Agreed.
Does the committee agree that Bill 33, National Indigenous Peoples Day Act, is now ready for consideration in Committee of the Whole?
Agreed.
MLA Johnson, do you agree to move the motion?
Yes, Madam Chair. I move that Bill 33, National Indigenous Peoples Day Act, be reported to the Assembly as ready for consideration in Committee of the Whole.
Motion is in order. Motion is on the floor. To the motion.
Question.
Question.
Question's been called? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Nobody opposes?
Nope.
Motion is carried. Bill 33, National Indigenous Peoples Day Act, will be reported to the Assembly as ready for consideration in the Committee of the Whole. Thank you, Minister Cochrane, and to everyone for attending. This concludes the public portion of the meeting.
Thank you, Madam Chair and members.